How did you like that then? I must say, it does feel weird to be doing a video that isn't anything to do with the All Stars collab. Just spent all that time working on that, and to be honest, I think that work paid off. I'm completely astounded as to the reaction that it has got. The amount of views in such a short space of time blew me away, and I was just sat there stunned completely by how awesome people thought it was. To you new subscribers who may be wondering what this sort of low scale sort of video is all about, well, yeah, you won't be seeing anything quite as big as the collaboration for a long time, let's put it that way. So with a measure of annoyance, I bring to you another monthly catch-up video. But once again, I haven't really got a lot to just wave in front of your face. It's not been a very good month for bots. I've had basically no money, and there's just nothing around. Same old story, pretty much. I shall start off with Cyberverse Mirage, who is basically Dark of the Moon Dino. Mirage is a better name, let's face it. This guy is a repaint of Revenge of the Fallen Sideways, another movie character with a licensed car that Hasbro couldn't get the license to, and they've just repainted what was not an Audi into what is not a Ferrari. In a way, I think it actually works really well. Just a few extra bits of black paint on the front make it look like a completely different car. This vehicle mode is where it's at. I mean, on the camera it's looking pretty orange, but it's such a nice striking shade of red, and you've got a lovely shiny Autobot symbol on the front there, like an old G1 sticker. This looks lovely. Of course, in robot mode he does look considerably a bit more, well, Decepticon-y and sidewaysy. But actually I think they've done a really good job with this repaint. It's just, I mean, from what little you see of Dino in the film, this does sort of look like him. You know, he's got sort of big, slightly claw-ended arms. The face is actually pretty close. The shape of the chest as well, and yeah, it's, I mean, it could be, couldn't it? It could be him. I think it's good enough. Nice. What's a bit annoying though, he does come with another just same old little Cyberverse blade. I'm just so tempted to just throw away because he just doesn't need it. I'm starting to not like the fact that these Legion figures come with weapons because they're better without them. You buy these figures just for a little fun pocket-sized dude, and I don't want to have to cart around a weapon for him as well. And then after that, in a considerable gap of I don't know how many weeks, I got my second ever Ultra Magnus. And you're probably expecting it to be the Prime Cyberverse Commander one. No, it's not. It's the RID basic one. Mr. Chunkatunk here, yeah. Courtesy of Transform Away. This, well, trundled his way to me from Hardcore QWERTY A7X. It's easy to just say Dale. You will have seen him as the second reviewer on the All Stars collab. He very kindly just dug this out and sent it to me after I put on the Transform Away Facebook page that this was one that I would like to have. I mean, I didn't really put my hopes up. I didn't put anything big on there like, can someone send me a Primus or something like that. No, you've got to be realistic with these things. And he's just a basic figure, and I wanted him at the time in 2001. Now I've got him. He's nice. Just really sort of chunky, and he can do high kicks. And when you get him into his, well, was it a car carrier mode, you can see how the new Cyberverse one does look rather similar to this, especially the front end here. And then the other day I found myself with some money in my pocket, wandered into Smyths and found the last Cyberverse Soundwave, which is the first Mercedes Soundwave which I possess, seeing as the normal silver Dark of the Moon Cyberverse one never came out. To be honest though, I think this colour scheme works better. It's really nice dark purple and then a sort of lighter bluish purple. He has got a Decepticon symbol on him. I'd say go and look for some pictures, which are higher quality than what you'll see here, and see if you can see it, because it's incredibly hard to see with the colours they've used. The head sculpt though is just something else. This is excellent for a little Legends guy. And can we have more like this please? He is slightly annoying with the classic, you know, only moves at the hips and shoulders articulation. And he comes with yet another sort of throwaway gun. It's just a copy of a Viacom's one. I think on the American packaging it calls it a hacking tool. I can buy that more than being a gun because it's all pokey and I don't know. What would a hacking tool look like? I don't know what this is, so it could be a hacking tool, right? I'll just poke it in my computer and it might do something. Once again though, the car mode is where it's at. It's nice to have realistic alt modes like this, even if this is a £100,000 car. It's just a nice Mercedes. It's got the badge on the front and tail lights on the back, and it's nice, but I just can't help but look at it and compare it to other cars. Look how long the front end is. Is that really what this car looks like? If I'd pay £100,000 for a sports car like this, I would at least like to have a smidgen of room in the boot to put my shopping. And after those three relatively small obtainments, that brings us to the end of the plastic round. Yeah, I don't have any other figures to show you because there's just nothing around, and I'm sort of eagerly awaiting the Fall of Cybertron figures to pop up. I'm also eagerly awaiting to have some money to buy the game because I've been playing avidly at the demo until they locked it down the other day and capped all the levels because now the game's out. They want people to go and spend lots of money on that and not play on the free demo anymore. All that aside, it's time to move on to some publications, because this week I obtained my hefty wad of new comics, and there were quite a few because, well, there's quite a few. You'll see I got the first two issues of, well, not really. I mean, the first one was the Free Comic Book Day one, so second two issues of Regeneration 1. Yeah. It's all well and good. It's nice to have a continuation to that old story, and it's always nice to just have more Transformers comics. But I'm not really sure if I'm going to continue with it. I know it's only going to be a limited series. I can't remember how many issues they're doing, but I just can't really bother to keep going with it. I don't have an attachment to the old Marvel run, well, the US one anyway, because I've never found any of the original US Transformers comics anywhere. The only things I've read have been in trade paperbacks, and there are so many issues of that which I probably should read. I know how the story ends. I've got all the last issues in a collection, so I can sort of see, understand what's going on in these, but I almost can't bring myself to say it. Simon Furman's writing is just old now. It's just a style that is outdated by writers who have just come on leaps and bounds, sort of building on his style, maybe. It's just a bit, I've seen it all before, It just doesn't seem as interesting as this title. Now, this is where it's at. This has to be my favourite comic at the moment. You cannot beat a bit of More Than Meets the Eye. This issue was excellent, because it sort of portrays a rogue sort of group of Decepticons in the same way that all the Autobots are. It's just a bit of a Lost in Space type thing again, and the writing is just so good. It's so much fun. I genuinely think that James Roberts is now the best Transformers writer out there. It's just, to read this stuff, it's sort of got mystery and humour and everything all at once, and just so many good little touches and clever little new things. All of his characters have just sort of little odd touches that make you remember them better, and you can't really beat a Decepticon that turns into an electric chair, really. And I read all of Tarn's lines as though he sounded like Bane. What's on this cover doesn't ever actually happen. I can't really explain it. Grimlock is certainly not the main character in this story, and I've got no idea what Fortress Maximus is doing here or who this is. Slightly more coherent Dinobot goodness comes in the form of Robots in Disguise, number 8. Again, it's just not as good as More Than Meets the Eye, is it? Really, it's just not. But it's still an enjoyable title that has a fair share of new ideas to explore, so that's good. So we've had figures, comics, a bit of games. Oh, I think the only thing left to talk about is the fact that this marks the first anniversary since the first episode of Twit. I can't actually believe that. I mean, when I'll end up uploading this, it will be more like a year and a week or so, I expect. But it's just so hard for me to believe that it's been 12 months. since that first episode, suddenly deciding to think of something new to talk about in front of the camera, which ended up becoming my unique subscribing point, I suppose. God, the last year's just gone so quick, and I would like to tell you to look forward to season 2 of Twit. You know, I'd love to be able to shake it up a bit and put something new into things and just make everything a bit more interesting and a bit more enjoyable for me. Because I must say, it's starting to become a bit of the same old stuff, really. Just showing you new stuff and talking about it, and it gives me something to talk about in front of the camera when I feel like it, yeah. But after all this work for the All Stars collab, recently I have just been feeling like, oh, I suppose I better do a video. Don't really know about it, really. Ooh. A part of me almost wants to tell you that this could be the last episode of Twit, but then I know that that would just be me letting down a lot of subscribers, because I know a lot of people did subscribe to me because they knew I was churning out regular stuff. Was is probably the operative word there. It has been a while since I just sat down on every Sunday afternoon and waffled to you in front of the camera. I'd like to have that back, really. A bit of regularity and just the sort of security of, yes, it's Sunday, it's time to turn on the camera and just put a video out there before it gets about a month since I did my last video, like it has now. But all I can really tell you is that I don't know when the next episode will be. I would very much like to do one next week. Just try and reinstate it and start it all again as if it was from the beginning like last year. But I don't think that's going to happen. I've just got no money to get any new robots. I might get some new ones. I think I'm being sent another one from Dale. But you can't make a video just out of one thing, just showing you that. It would just then be a review, wouldn't it? That's not what these are. I mean, this is just terrific wafflings in Transformer Land. So until that little spark of video excitement rejoined my body, I can't really promise you anything, because I should probably be doing some reviews spontaneously like I did last year, and I should be doing more of these and more beard stroking times, and I had thought of doing a video of Dark of the Moon 1 year on, but of course that's a couple of months ago now. Maybe I should join the bandwagon and do a Q&A vid. But the honest ultimate truth is, I just don't know when I'm going to be able to switch on the camera again. So I guess I'll see you when I see you, and I apologise for a thoroughly boring video.